We are now 2 weeks into a stricter COVID-19 emergency order in Kansas City, Missouri. And while the aim is to bring down rising numbers of COVID cases across the city, KMBC9's Martin Augustine shows us how this fight does have a side effect.
Our hostess seats, someone at this particular table. Well, at that point, no one is allowed at either one of these tables.
Social distancing's one thing.
Our maximum occupancy is the 161.
But cutting occupancy in half and shutting down the kitchen at 10 p.m., those are the parts of the 2-week-old emergency order that the owner of Hot Rocks Pizza...
It's hard. It really is. It's hard for everybody.
...considers the toughest. Matt Bohanek says capacity is key for any restaurant, as there are narrow windows of time to make your money. The 50% capacity rule now chokes that off, as does closing at 10.
I truly understand where everybody's coming from. I don't necessarily always agree with it, but I understand it. So it's tough for everybody right now.
But as difficult as it is to work with limited capacity, social distancing, and fewer hours of operation, the hardest thing in all of this is to look someone right in the eye and tell them, we have to let you go.
Oh my gosh. It's hard. It's awful.
It's happened a lot to Bohanek, and it never gets easier knowing the impact of that decision.
These people count on this money for Christmas. They count on this money to pay rent, to pay their mortgage, and it's just tough.
And there's no easy way out of this, and Bohanek knows that. All that can be done, he says, is dig in and get through it. Martin Augustine, KMBC 9 News.
The current emergency order is set to expire January 16th. Another restaurant in Kansas City, Missouri is planning to close part of its operation for the season. It's Voltaire in the city's West Bottoms, which is now planning to temporarily close its dining room December 20th. Restaurant ownership says it wasn't an easy decision, but the hope is to reopen in mid-March. Voltaire will still offer carryout and delivery options for the holidays. For now, new cases in Kansas and Missouri continue to go down. Missouri's 7-day rolling average is down to 4,600. Kansas is reporting 6,200 new cases since Wednesday. Doctors at the University of Kansas Health System say we still haven't seen the effect from Thanksgiving. The positivity rate in Kansas is up to 18%. In Missouri, the positivity rate is staying steady at 20.4. We are learning new details about the vaccination plan in both Kansas and Missouri. First, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly says up to 150,000 Kansans could get a single dose of the vaccine by the end of the month. KMBC9's Michael Mahoney reports that's different than what most thought.
Both of the vaccines likely to get to Kansas first require a booster shot. So a full vaccination means 2 shots or 75,000 full vaccines. On a conference call today, Governor Laura Kelly says Kansas may do it this way.
That actually will be 150,000 Kansans who can be vaccinated.
Again, a full vaccination is 2 shots, the second one apparently coming later. The Kansas Phase 1 plan is to get their vaccine to healthcare workers dealing with COVID-19 patients and some residents in long-term care facilities. Phase 2 is essential workers, including first responders, grocery store workers, and meat packers. The West Kansas counties of Ford and Finney each have more than 4,000 COVID cases and each have packing plants. Kelly says the vaccine shots will be free, but some places might charge an administrative fee for the shot.
No one will be turned away if they can't afford the administrative fee. They will get vaccinated.
So the Kansas plan is to give 150,000 doses to everybody in that first phase and then follow up with the second booster shot later on. Michael Mahoney, KMBC 9 News.
An unidentified state legislator asked Governor Kelly today if legislators could get an early vaccination because they'll be back in the Capitol in January. The governor said not unless they were a healthcare worker with COVID-19 patients. Missouri's health director, Dr. Randall Williams, says once a vaccine is approved, the state is expecting 339,000 doses by the end of the month. Williams says nearly all long-term care residents and healthcare providers in the state will get their first shot in December. They plan to give them their second shot in January. Dr. Williams says all Missourians should be able to get a vaccine by July or August. Now keep these dates in mind. Next Thursday, the FDA will consider Pfizer's application for an emergency use authorization. December 17th, the FDA will consider Moderna's vaccine candidate. And the FDA says it should authorize the vaccines a week after those meetings if everything goes well. Hy-Vee is looking to hire 1,000 new pharmacy technicians as it prepares for the vaccine distribution. The pharmacy technicians will be trained to administer the vaccine once it becomes available. Hy-Vee is looking to fill full and part-time positions in Kansas and Missouri. Now, with cases surging in most of the country, President-elect Joe Biden says he will be asking the American public to wear a mask for 100 days. Biden is also promising to keep Dr. Anthony Fauci in his current role, but also make him the top COVID-19 advisor in his administration. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has all the details from Washington.
When President-elect Joe Biden officially takes office next month, he tells CNN one of his first orders of business is asking Americans to do one simple thing.
On the first day I'm inaugurated, to say I'm going to ask the public for 100 days to mask.
And as the nation grapples with the growing coronavirus surge, he's asking Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's leading infectious disease expert, to stay on board in his current capacity, but to also become Biden's chief medical advisor on COVID-19. It's a sharp shift from the Trump administration's approach to the coronavirus pandemic, with little federal leadership in combating the virus, leaving states to fend for themselves, and often seen holding large events which left dozens in the administration, including the president, contracting the virus. Even at a White House Christmas party just this week, few were seen wearing masks, and there appeared to be little social distancing. Despite the CDC guidelines warning against large gatherings, the White House trying to defend the decision.
Yeah, so, if you can loot businesses, burn down buildings, engage in protest, you can also go to a Christmas party.
Medical experts fear the worst of the virus may still be yet to come. There have been more than 210,000 new COVID-19 infections and at least 2,800 Americans dead in just the past 24 hours.
This nation was severely underprepared.
Promising vaccines by Moderna and Pfizer are being evaluated for emergency use and, if approved, could be available in weeks. And President-elect Biden is looking to build trust and confidence by joining 3 former presidents, Clinton, Bush, and Obama, to get vaccinated on camera before the American people.
And it's important to communicate to the American people it's safe. It's safe to do this.
The stalled coronavirus stimulus package is still deadlocked in Congress, but there are signs of progress. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell spoke yesterday for the first time in months about reaching a deal.